Essay on If I Were a Scientist. The pursuit of knowledge carried on by the scientist for the past several centuries has produced results which have produced different reactions in different sections of society. There are lay people who consider science to be the forerunner of all comfort, progress, and prosperity. On the other hand, there are many good people who look upon science as the chief cause of sufferings of humanity today. The debate has been raging for a long time. But while people talk and argue, science goes on taking long strides, blissfully ignorant of the praises or the abuses heaped on its head. If I were a scientist, I believed that we are suffering from the effect of a little science badly applied, and the remedy is a lot of science properly applied. Hence, I need not offer any apologies for wishing to be a scientist. But I want to be a scientist with a difference. I do not want myself to be confined to the ivory tower of pure reason, unmindful of the realities of life. It is not a mere empty statement to say that the modern mind lives, breathes, and has his being in this age of science. In every minor detail of our life, science plays a very valuable role. I wish to contribute my share in making this world better than I find it. At the very beginning, I may make it clear that if I were a scientist, I would like to carry on my work in the province of pure science. Pure science is a relentless search of truth. Pure science is a relentless search of truth for the discoveries of the mysteries of nature. As such, no fault finding is possible with the area of scientific research which has broadened the frontier of man's knowledge about himself and his world. It is systematized knowledge and its pursuit which has led to the unraveling of mysteries of nature and the harnessing of its wonderful power. What the scientific discovers in the solution of his laboratory after years of research comes to have far-reaching result in our practical life. If I were a scientist, I would like to be independent of powerful business and industries magnates who try to exploit scientists for their own selfish end. Normally, every human being is desirous of peace, progress, plenty, and prosperity. But actual experience shows that man's conduct is not always governed by aggression, jealousy, and the desire to climb to the upper social strata often get the better of man's nobler emotion. A scientist is also a man subject to these weaknesses. He can be lured away from his right path by the prospects of fame, material gain, or few other earthly considerations. Now, business and industry are by and large governed by science. Big industrial concerns and business firms want to buy the service of the best scientist for their own advantage, which may not be compatible with the larger good of mankind. Thus, there is every chance of science being abused and exploited for sheer personal and selfish purpose. Personally, I will try to remain clear of these temptations. I am also not in favor of government control. If business and industry can be selfish, government and states can be far more treacherous. It is common knowledge that before World War II, almost an army of scientists were deployed in Germany, Russia, Japan, England, and the USA to invent new machines of death and destructions. Thus, Hitler, Mussolini, and Marshal Tito were able to exploit the best scientific brains to their own advantage and to the misery of mankind. It is true that modern scientific research is very expensive and requires huge sum of money. Therefore, state encouragement and patronage must be channelized through autonomous academic bodies which may, if need, withstand the powerful pressures of the power-hungry politicians. If I were a scientist, I would endeavor to be an ideal scientist, a dispassionate explorer of truth. My sole mission will be to discover every possible mystery of nature. would be a worshipper of truth for the good of mankind. I would jealously assert and guard my birthright to explore the hidden avenues of knowledge without any let or hindrances from society, state, or government. Also, I will also curtly refuse to let my discoveries be exploited for immoral or unrest purpose. I know this idea is not easy to attain, but will not forsake it for fear of poverty, misery, or suffering. The modern man lives in an environment which is predominantly the creation of modern science. It therefore follows that more than anybody else, a scientist exercises the greatness controlling influence over human life today. The power of science is gigantic, almost boundless. It has indefinite potentialities for goods and evil. Science is an abstract and is a non-human force, and it is only the scientist, the human embodiment of this mighty force, who can determine whether it will be the benefactor or the destroyer of mankind. Thank you.